Now let's discuss Mrigashira Nakshatra and the four Padas. Mrigashira Nakshatra, the first of the Mars-ruled nakshatras, the other two being Chitra and Dhanishta. So what's the characteristic of all these Mars-ruled nakshatras? First of all, they have a dominant theme of something to do with Mars-related issues, something like aggression, something like land. Mars is responsible for land acquisition, losing land, and so on. But there is a deeper layer to this, as we shall see in the Padas. Okay, this is a gentle, inquisitive nakshatra. These people are very gentle. They need to find commitment because they keep going from one thing to another. That prevents them from getting committed to a particular thing. They do seem to have a mob mentality. There's always people pleasing, right? These people are trying to play safe, do things which are considered safe by the masses. They will not take any risk in life. These are not the risk-taking nakshatra people. Any planet or point, if it's placed in Mrigashira in your natal chart, so you got to remember that. And also they are in constant search to improve themselves, and for this reason they keep searching for something better with respect to the house or the planet which falls in the natal chart in Mrigashira Nakshatra. Now let's see the Padas. The first Pada goes from Taurus to Leo. Now there is a 10-4 relationship there. So in the first Pada, what happens? This person could be involved in teaching. Leo also involves teaching. And it is fourth to Taurus, so teaching for the masses, impart knowledge to the masses, right? Leo is fourth from Taurus. Also, there will be a trust. People trust you here. The common masses trust you. Again, because of Leo being in the fourth place from Taurus, people trust you. They trust you with their wealth. Trust with what? Taurus is wealth. So they might trust them with their wealth. So these people should be careful not to misuse that wealth. Otherwise that karma will come back to your children. Leo is also child. That could be a possibility. We shall explore details later in this video. Pada 2 goes from Taurus to Virgo. So this is a 9-5 relationship. Okay. Virgo is 5th from Taurus. And Taurus is 9th from Virgo. Therefore, they share a 9-5 relationship. I want you to start thinking in these terms because this determines what happens in that Pada or with that particular planet. Again, you apply the Karakas. If it is Mars, you make it brothers, land, etc., aggression, etc. Mercury, intellect, communication. Sun, father, government, etc., discipline, and so on and so forth. The Karakas you already covered in many other previous videos. You can go through that. So Pada 2, what does it give? These people become messengers, creative communicators. Something to do with gossip. Mercury is a gossip. The lower form of Mercury is gossip. When you go and talk to your friends and others, most of the time you're just gossiping. That's a bad use of Mercury. Mercury is supposed to be intellect. That's why it sits close to the sun, right? They may also work in liaison with social contacts like marketing. They do not care how wealth is created or about their food habits. They may be a little shabbier side. Food habits, Taurus, 9-5 relationship. And Virgo is debt disease, right? They may work as entertainers for people. Show business, 5th house, 5th. Virgo is 5th. So it may be in show business. Performers working with hands, like Hasta. They need to be careful about how money is being earned and where and what the food is being consumed. Don't go and eat in restaurants, cafes. This is the thing. Most of the cafes, restaurants have got bad energy. It carries the energy of the salt of the person cooking it. So you're taking on the karma of other people. This is very less spoken of, although it's true. Third Pada, Gemini. Now we are shifting the signs, right? Taurus finished there. The third Pada starts with Gemini. Gemini going towards Libra. What happens here? Work related to hands. Again, Gemini's hands, third person, 9-5 relationship. These people could become freelancer depending upon type of work or self-employed kind. They do not save money, they may become rich, accumulate wealth, but due to spending habits, they may end up poor in old age. These are the kind of things, characteristics this position of the planet leads to. People born with this combination should be very careful and invest wisely, and probably hire an investment consultant to help and save funds for rainy days. Number 4th pada. Gemini going into Scorpio. Right away you should think there is something transforming here. Earning money or getting resources from unhappy sources. Scorpio 6th to Gemini. This is a 6-8 relationship. Issues of property inheritance with siblings. Gemini to Scorpio. Health issues and kids suffer in this life. Do not eat food from bad sources. Again, this is a universal rule. If I were to seriously tell you to start improving your life, concentrate on your food, your eating habits. And generally speaking, what is your mentality while you are consuming your food? Very important. Be grateful when you are consuming your food. Have good thoughts when you are consuming your food, because that's going into your cells. That's for now. Now let's get details into the podcast and see what that reveals.
Podcast segment title, The 4 Padas of Mrigashira Nakshatra. Subtitle, Planetary Principles and the Inner-Outer Karma Blueprint of Curiosity, Search, and Duality. Introduction. Mrigashira, the Eternal Seeker of Experience. Mrigashira Nakshatra spans from 23 degree 20 Taurus to 6 degrees 40 Gemini, ruled by Mars, and symbolized by the deer's head, alert, curious, restless, and always on the move. This is the nakshatra of exploration, questioning, and pursuit of emotional or intellectual fulfillment. It marks the transition from Taurus's grounded sensuality to Gemini's mental agility. Mrigashira's journey is not about conclusions. It's about the thrill of the search, the hunt for meaning, and the uncertainty of satisfaction. The deity Soma, moon in its nectar form, lends this nakshatra a soothing, rejuvenating, but also addictive and elusive quality. People with planets here are mentally agile, emotionally curious, and spiritually hungry. Each of the 4 padas modifies this energy through a different Navamsha sign, shaping how the planet expresses its desire to seek, relate, and question in both outer behavior, Rashi, and inner motivations, Navamsha. Let's explore the principles of each pada before we dive into planetary examples. Mrigashira Pada 1, 23 degree 20, 20 degree 40 Taurus, Navamsha sign, Leo, Dharmapada, elemental shift, earth to fire, motivation, seeking personal meaning and creative recognition. Principle, the quest becomes self-expressive and egocentric. Inner-outer karma blueprint, outwardly grounded, sensual, and steady, Taurus Rashi. Inwardly passionate, theatrical, and pride-driven, Leo Navamsha. There is a desire to explore love, beauty, or ideas, but through the lens of how it reflects on the self. Karma often centers around recognition-seeking, emotional pride, or controlling creative expression. Growth comes through creating without needing validation, and searching without projecting personal worth onto the outcome. Mrigashira Pada 2, 26-40-30 Taurus. Navamsha sign, Virgo, Arthapada. Elemental shift, earth to earth. Motivation, seeking order, precision, and practical knowledge. Principle, the quest becomes methodical, analytical, and service-oriented. Inner-outer karma blueprint, externally enjoys material pleasures and stability. Taurus, internally seeks efficiency, function, and analysis. Virgo. This pada wants to understand the how behind what it sees. It's the most logical and detail-focused among Mrigashira's padas. Karma may involve overthinking, perfectionism, or obsession with flaws. Evolution happens when the search shifts from control to clarity, and knowledge is used to heal and support, not just correct. Mrigashira Pada 3, 3D 20 thing. Navamsha sign, Libra. Elemental shift, earth to air. Motivation, seeking connection, balance, beauty, and relational harmony. The quest becomes a mirror for relational and aesthetic understanding. Inner-outer karma blueprint. External self is communicative, versatile, social, Gemini. Inner self craves love, fairness, and artistic exchange, Libra. This pada searches for truth through dialogue, relationships, and experiences of contrast. Karma often shows up as indecision, people-pleasing, or masking discomfort with charm. Growth arises when one learns to relate from genuine curiosity, not fear of conflict or rejection. Mrigashira Pada 4, 3 degree 206640 Gemini. Navamsha sign, Scorpio, Moksha Pada. Elemental shift, air to water. Motivation, seeking transformation, emotional depth, and hidden truths. Principle, the quest becomes internalized, secretive, and karmically intense. Inner-outer karma blueprint, outer self is light, intellectual, adaptive, Gemini. Inner world is deep, intense, and emotionally investigative, Scorpio. This is the most psychological and karmically layered pada. Here, the search is for emotional honesty, hidden motives, and soul-level truths. Karma may involve betrayal, emotional suppression, or compulsive seeking without satisfaction. Soul evolution comes from embracing emotional vulnerability, letting go of obsessive curiosity, and practicing quiet transformation. Mrigashira Pada Summary: The Four Faces of the Seeker. Seeks recognition through ideas and creation. Trap, ego-based validation. Growth, create and express for truth, not applause. Pada 2, order through details, logic and refinement. Obsession with flaw finding. Growth, learn to trust imperfection and serve with clarity. Pada 3, seeks harmony through connection, reflection, and beauty. Trap, people-pleasing, avoidance of conflict. Growth, relate through honest curiosity, not projection. Pada 4, seeks inner truth, emotional transformation. Trap, obsession, secrecy, emotional withholding. Growth, share the truth without fear. Transform in the open. Closing thought. The Mrigashira soul is never settled, but it must learn to soothe. Planets in Mrigashira are like deer. Beautiful, quick, instinctual, and always alert. They are built to explore, not possess, to question, not conclude. But each pada reveals what kind of seeker they are. Do they seek for status? For control? For love? Or for emotional truth? Scorpio. Knowing that difference is the beginning of inner peace for the Mrigashira-born soul. Next in the series, Ardra Nakshatra, where the storm hits, the structures shake, and karma demands truth and chaos. Podcast segment title, The Four Padas of Mrigashira Nakshatra. Subtitle, Planetary Examples and the Inner-Outer Karma Blueprint of Seeking, Questioning, and Emotional Evolution. Introduction, Mrigashira planets, the karma of the curious mind. Planets placed in Mrigashira Nakshatra carry a unique karmic drive to seek. This is the energy of the eternal wanderer, the researcher, the flirt, the poet, the thinker, and sometimes the overthinker. Mrigashira spans from the late degrees of Taurus into Gemini, and its ruler Mars gives it restlessness, while Soma Moon, its presiding deity, infuses it with nurturing desire and romantic idealism. But Mrigashira isn't just about movement. It's about the reasons for the movement. And each of its four padas, through their respective Navamsha signs, tell us what kind of seeking a planet is doing and how this affects karma. Let's dive into planetary examples for each pada and see what they reveal about both external behavior and internal purpose. Mrigashira Pada 1, 23D20, 26°40 Taurus, Navamsha sign, Leo, Fire Dharma. Example, Moon in Mrigashira Pada 1. Outer behavior, emotionally attractive, charming, pleasure-seeking, and routine-loving. Inner drive. Leo Navamsha Moon wants to shine emotionally, to be adored, seen, and central in the lives of others. Natal house focus, first house, outwardly appears soft, calm, and nurturing, inwardly desires to lead emotionally. Strong desire to be appreciated by family or public. Karmic expression. Attachment to emotional validation overreacts when not noticed or praised. Easily wounded pride may disguise neediness with charm. Correction path. Offer emotional light without needing return. Develop inner security regardless of attention received. Mrigashira Pada 2, 26°40, 30° Taurus. Navamsha sign, Virgo, Earth Artha. Example, Venus in Mrigashira Pada 2. Outer behavior, graceful, stable, sensuous in relationships. Inner drive. Venus in Virgo, Navamsha seeks order, routine, and mental control in love, but tends to be overly critical. Natal house focus, e.g., 7th house. Attracts loving partners but often holds silent judgment. May organize the relationship like a spreadsheet. Love becomes a task. Karmic expression. confuses perfection with worthiness, tries to fix or improve partners, struggles with romantic spontaneity. Correction path. Let go of ideals. Embrace messy emotional reality. Serve in relationships without trying to manage them. Mrigashira Pada 3, Gemini. Navamsha sign, Libra. Example, Mercury in Mrigashira Pada 3. Outer behavior, friendly, witty, intellectual, curious. Inner drive. Libra Navamsha Mercury wants charming dialogue, mental connection, and aesthetic clarity. Natal house focus, e.g. third house, amazing in writing, media, teaching, and lighthearted conversation. Needs to be liked, can become a social chameleon. Karmic expression, may sacrifice truth for likability, can be indecisive or manipulate through sweet language. Speak your truth, even when it creates temporary imbalance. Balance connection with clarity, don't just mirror others. Mrigashira Pada 4, 3D20 to 60-40 Gemini. Navamsha sign, Scorpio, Water Moksha. Example, Mars in Mrigashira Pada 4. Outer behavior, fast-talking, sharp, restless, wants to win mental games. Inner drive, Mars in Scorpio, Navamsha is deep, emotionally charged, and seeks control, especially over information. Natal house focus, e.g. 6th house, fighter in communication or service roles, can be aggressive or sarcastic, uses intellect to probe, dominate, or hide emotional wounds. Karmic expression, may suppress emotion while intellectually attacking others, holds grudges, may manipulate through logic or sex appeal. Correction path, channel intensity into healing or transformative communication. Speak vulnerably, allow truth to soften control. Bonus planetary examples across Mrigashira Padash. Sun in Pada 1, expression, seeks attention for intellect or beauty. Karma, feels unseen even when praised. Lesson, lead through truth, not spotlight hunger. Saturn in Pada 2, expression, self-critical, structured in creativity or love. Delays in romance or wealth due to inner inadequacy. Lesson served joyfully, not every detail needs fixing. Jupiter in Pada 3, expression, teaching through art, harmony, or philosophy. May avoid deep truths to keep the peace. Lesson, stand for higher truth, even if it disrupts aesthetics. Rahu in Pada 4, obsessive seeker of secrets, sexual power, or emotional leverage. Trust issues, psychological manipulation. Lesson, use depth to empower, not control. Mrigashira Pada summary, 4 flavors of curiosity. Motivation, recognition, leadership, trap, emotional pride, growth, express without needing applause. Pada 2, Virgo, precision, order, critical, overly structured love. Growth, accept imperfection, love anyway. Pada 3, motivation, harmony, connection. Surface level charm, indecision, growth, speak truth kindly, not flatter blindly. Motivation, emotional depth, karmic insight. Obsession, secrecy, growth, heal through truth, not control. Closing thought, the seeker must eventually pause. Planets in Mrigashira teach us that the mind will wander, but the soul must learn why. The deer keeps moving not just because it can, but because it's afraid to be still. Each pada teaches a different reason for the search. Is it for glory, for precision, for connection, or for inner truth? Until we answer that, we stay on the run. In the next episode, Ardra Nakshatra, where the lightning finally strikes and the seeker is forced to transform.